I'm Joe.
I'm Joe's mom.
And we're Eastside Vibes. Back with another one, back in our normal setting this time.
Yep, just I told him this before. This is our 75th show.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's fantastic.
But so this week we're covering what's probably, technically it is, the biggest album of the year so far, according to numbers, but...
Beat Drake.
Take that with it. Well, Drake didn't have an album come out this year.
Oh, then what was it they were saying that she... Oh, no. Platinum. That she went platinum faster than him or something like that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was going to say, take that with a grain of salt because of like how this album was arranged.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as my mom was saying, Cardi B's new album, Am I the Drama, is technically the fastest hip-hop album since Drake's, I believe it was Scorpion, to get to reach platinum. But the reason that's true is because she put Up and WAP on there, which were both pre-release singles, and WAP in its own right is probably close to platinum.
Yep.
Or it might even be platinum.
I would think, yeah.
So that did cheat the numbers a little bit, but this has been the most talked about album over the last like week or so. So
it's great.
It is extremely popular. We'll talk about our opinions later.
Mm-hmm.
But so like I said, this is Cardi B's first release in like several years. Actually, this is technically her second album ever.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because she had like a few like mixtapes before that.
Oh.
But she never actually. I believe this is her second studio album. Her first studio album was Invasion of Privacy, and that was, I believe it was 2018, so 7 years ago.
She won like a Grammy for that, didn't she?
Yeah. So Cardi B is the only female rapper to win a Grammy besides Lauryn Hill and now Doja Cat.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice to see the music industry is recognizing that.
Well, not really. Not
they did with the Grammys.
Not Doja Cat. I'm sorry. It's Doechii.
Doechii.
Yeah, Doechii was the third female. I mean, it's the third female ever to win a Grammy for hip hop. So I wouldn't say they're really recognizing women. Hopefully they do now.
Yeah.
But. So anyway, this album, because there was so much time in between this one and her last one, was like very, very highly anticipated, and almost like she's been teasing this for years. Like, well, not really, but like she's had multiple singles come out, like WAP and Up and Outside was another single, which is on here.
Okay.
Which came out like a while ago, and over the years, people tried to like hate on her, saying she's like afraid of Nicki, afraid of other artists because she doesn't want to come out with music to like compete with them, or like I think another rumor was maybe like she didn't think she could live up to like the notoriety that album had, because it was an Invasion of Privacy was like not only did it win a Grammy, but it was considered like very good by critics. But the real reason is she came out, she's kind of set in a rollout for this album and in interviews, is because she had 3 kids.
Oh,
now
that's
she's
true.
About to have a 4th kid in the time in between these albums.
That's true.
And
having a child will put things off for a while.
And like on top of that, like she's had like this strenuous relationship with Offset, who is the father of those 3 kids. And she's basically like, I didn't really have time. Like, I was raising these children. Like, that's what I was doing for the last 7 years. It had nothing to do with, like, her not wanting to make music or...
I wouldn't even have put that together.
Yeah, and people, like, because of, like, some of the content of her music, people would, like, try to fight back against that. But she's still just an artist making music.
Right.
And that's just the music that she makes. But, yeah, that's her side of the story is, and you always wonder if there's a label stuff or if that's another reason why it took so long to release something. But I can understand if you have 3 young kids, it's just hard, and she had so much money anyway.
Right.
It's not like she needs the money, but because it took so long for these albums to come out, or for this album to come out, people have been like really wanting this. I'd say it's probably the most hyped rap album of the year.
It's a good one.
And you said that twice before we even talk about the
I know.
album.
That's why I like it.
And one thing I thought was kind of interesting, I mentioned this before we started the video, is the features on this.
Yes.
Because I would have, to be fair, I think Invasion of Privacy was like this too, where the features weren't exactly what you would expect from a high profile like rap artist like this.
Okay.
To be frank, I would have expected more like rap features on this.
So you said.
And there's really none besides the Cash Cobain technically, which he sings more than he raps, so I don't even know if I consider that like a rap feature. And it's there's also not a lot of features on it, like for how many songs are on the album.
But the features she
I
had,
probably would have expected
we talked
more.
about, are kind of, you wouldn't have expected them to collaborate with her.
Yeah, no, I mean, a few of, like, and Invasion of Privacy was that way too. Like, I remember Bad Bunny was on that album.
Yes.
And where she's that artist that will try to branch out into like pop music and try to do other things. So, and I've noticed this about this record, she incorporated a lot of different like sounds into it.
Yes.
One thing I'll say though is it does feel a bit bloated at times because it's just so long.
It is long.
Like if they would have cut out a few songs, in my opinion, maybe it could have made more of an impact as a whole. But I guess we can talk more about that later. But before we get into like talking about our favorite songs and stuff, is there anything you want to talk about?
Yeah. So you said she's pregnant with her fourth child. So she's dating Stefan Diggs, who plays for the Patriots, right?
I don't know if they're dating.
Oh.
I think that's just the father of the kid.
Oh, so they haven't been dating, probably.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know Cardi B's love life like that.
Yeah, sorry. I thought this was interesting though. So she is pregnant with her fourth child. And she said during a recent Instagram live, she admitted to sensing dark energy, as she called, from weird bitches who she says are wishing harm on her unborn child. So apparently, social media, whatever it is, she's getting like a lot of dark energy and wishing bad things about her child. And she's like, that has really like taken her back, that people would do that about an unborn baby. So she said she called her mom the other day to pray over her and her baby, because I feel a lot of weirdness has been coming out from people and women and all this stuff ever since I announced I was pregnant. She also said, I personally believe that nothing is as powerful as a mother's prayer.
I think she just announced it like a week ago.
That she was pregnant?
Yeah.
Well, apparently she's getting bad news about it then.
I think
In that short amount of time, that would be sad.
Yeah, I mean, I think for some reason, I kind of talked about this before, people have always hated on her for whatever reason. I don't really understand that part of it. She has a very, like, big and bold personality.
I was going to say, big, bold, she's loud,
Yeah.
She's kind of a loud mouth is what they used to say.
And I guess when she rubs people the wrong way, or maybe honestly, I would say they're probably, like, jealous of her energy.
She's got great energy.
But anyway, like we always do, we're going to talk about some of our favorite songs from the record, then like go over more thoughts about the album as a whole to close things out. And the first song we picked, like always, is the first song of the album, because I feel like you do that every single time.
Every time, yeah.
But that's Dead with Summer Walker, and so I'll let you talk about that one.
So in the beginning, you hear like these news reports going like, Cardi B arrested for this. So I had to look it up and see if all of those were real.
No.
Well, I knew, but then there were some that I was hearing
It
that
says that
I
she's
never heard of
killing
yet.
people.
Yeah.
But, Mom, she would be in jail if she
I know.
killed all
Well,
these
it
people.
says this: the intro to her track includes real audio from news reports.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's fake.
And her own past statements referencing genuine scandals and legal issues that she faced. Well, some of them, like you said, killing people, no, but there are some of them that were real.
No, all those news reports are like, it says like Cardi B's killing rappers or whatever. Like those aren't real.
Yeah. Well,
So you got someone to do that. But
so the song's intro features.
I thought that's a
clips.
really good intro though.
It's great. It's great because it is
interesting.
it is bringing up some of the incidents she had, like drugging and robbing men.
Yeah,
Apparently
well,
she-
and the album's called Am I the Drama, so like
Yeah.
to start it like that is pretty bold.
Right, because she, like we said, she has had real life things, so those were brought in there.
Yeah.
But like you said, then there was also exaggerations. So recently she had a civil assault trial involving a security guard, I guess.
Yeah.
But I know that she
Yeah, that
had a
was what she was on
defamation
trial for this
lawsuit.
year.
Yeah, but she won, so she's fine. But so I said her vocals in this actually show revenge and retaliation against those who have caused her pain. You know, she's
Yeah.
dealing with all this crap, and she's like coming at him with like, you know, I'm pissed off
Yeah.
that this all had to happen. The biggest thing I love, so you're listening to everything, you hear these news reports, you know that it's going to be, you know, angst for her, and then all of a sudden you hear the Purge siren, like from the movie Purge, and
Yeah.
that's a very distinct sound. And when I heard that, I'm like, oh, this song has been me nuts, because I mean, when you hear that sound in the movie, you know you got to lock it up. Bad things are going to happen. So
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that was amazing. She talks about the public scrutiny, the betrayals, the frustrations she's had to go to. Let's see, Walker's chorus, I said, with the line, I want all these bitches dead, is a haunting reflection of her anger. But the thing is, like we said, she's got this personality and she's a loudmouth. So, I mean, she would walk around saying, I want
Yeah.
all these bitches dead, but not really mean it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
it's-
yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah, but that's just like who she is.
Or maybe
She's-
she does. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? She actually is attempting peace with her critics at a point in there. And she said, I try to come in peace, but they tore me into pieces. Now I gotta RIP it. So I thought that was an interesting one. So, I mean, that's really that song to me. She's pissed off and she's talking about it. And, you know, Summer Walker comes in and she does her thing.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I thought that was a good intro. I always like a lot of the first songs. I like this one too.
Yeah, I thought it was a good intro. I like her, though, how aggressively she raps on it, because it like really like pushes the message of the song home.
Mm-hmm.
And the instrumental switch is like pretty interesting to me.
Very good.
And one thing I was gonna mention before we move on is Summer Walker is, you said you don't know a lot about her. She's another artist who like kind of has had like beefs or like disputes with like other people like within like other R&B artists who are like similar to her.
Okay.
So she might have like a similar sentiment, which like makes sense as to why she would be on this song.
Got you.
So, like that's a feature where I can like definitely see like where like
It was definitely done
like
on
why
purpose.
she did that. Yeah. And Summer Walker is actually featured on another song on this album, so obviously they have a pretty good rapport and work well together. But yeah, so that's Dead with Summer Walker. The next one we picked is Bodega Baddie, and
I liked this one a lot too.
yeah, this is a song I think although I haven't seen it being talked about that much yet, I think this might be end up being the biggest like song. I could see it being a single.
Well, I looked. It says it's got a blend of hip hop, merengue, and then how do you say that? Reggaeton.
Yeah, reggaeton.
It
I
is
wouldn't
really
even,
you're like this when you're listening to the song. You know.
I wouldn't even say that. It like features that I guess it's merengue or like
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another there's another type of music that also
Yeah, I know
that
what
it's
you're
also
talking about. I
samples.
can't think of it.
But yeah, it literally samples that one merengue song, the Dominican song.
Yeah.
I think it's called Típico or Ta Buena.
Yep. Okay. I
Yeah.
know the song. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an extremely popular like older merengue
Yeah,
song.
but I mean, like you're just grooving. Like if you
Yeah.
listen to it, you can't like stop moving.
And the instrumental like really keeps that like that pacing. It like takes that or that melody and puts down like a reggaeton like trap a beat.
Yeah.
And then Cardi B's rapping is extremely like fast paced and like
to go with that music.
yeah, exciting with it as well. And I kind of like the sentiment behind the song because it's like referring to like one thing I've always loved about Cardi B is like she's very like authentic as to who she is.
That's true.
And she is just like this Dominican girl from the Bronx. And that's like what this song is about literally.
Yep.
It's about like her like hanging out at the bodega and when she was, growing up and stuff. And it seems like, I don't know, I'm sure she doesn't live in the Bronx anymore, but I think she does still live in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so probably in Manhattan, I would assume, but she's someone who like feels like it always has felt like she's stuck to her roots.
Yeah, to where she's from.
And this is a song that 100% like goes to her roots. I actually, on a side note, I was talking to a friend like semi recently, and they didn't like, I guess they had never listened to Cardi B.
Oh.
And they like knew who she was, but it was like a guy that like kind of in their head like thought that there was someone they didn't want to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
But he's Mexican, and he actually never knew she was Dominican.
Oh.
And then I started showing him that she's featured in a lot of like reggaeton like songs.
Yeah,
you can find her in songs with like Ozuna and like Bad Bunny, and she sings in Spanish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he started to like her a lot more. That was like a little side note I had. It's like, yeah, she's always had like that flair to her music.
Right.
And
but if you never listened to her, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, if you like never listened to a full album, because her hits obviously are like American trap.
Yeah.
But if you go more into her music, you can see she has like this Latin side to her too.
Definitely.
It's definitely worth looking into if like you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's Bodega Baddie. The next one we picked is another one of my picks, and that's Safe with Kalani.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first listened to the album, even more so than Bodega Baddie, this was the one that like I was most attracted to.
Okay.
I really like these. It's funny because the artist who kind of got popular for the style is also on this album, but he's not. The song he's on doesn't have this kind of instrumental.
Okay.
They call these, or I've seen people describe like this type of beat as like sexy drill, where it's like similar to like New York drill music, like the pacing of the hi-hats, but the melody is like really sweet and has like an R&B feeling. And this artist Cash Cobain, who's on another song on the album, he's on Better Than You. He basically made that sound popular over the last couple of years. I believe he's from the Bronx too.
Okay.
So one, I thought it was cool that she got that artist on this album, like an up and coming New York artist.
Right.
But he's not on the song that has the instrumental that I would expect him to be on, which I thought was a little weird. But either way, Cardi B, because she's been featured on a couple of his songs too.
Okay.
And she sounds really good on this kind of instrumental because she has that kind of like a bold, fast-paced rapping style that mixes well with that like, because these style of drill beats, I would say, are almost like off-kilter, like the pacing is weird.
Yes.
And her rapping style, I think, works really well on it. And then Kalani sounds great on it.
Of course.
Like always. And this, for the most part, I didn't really look into the lyrics of a ton of these songs, but I do like the sentiment of this one, where she's talking about how she doesn't need someone who has like a ton of money or you know, or have a ton of status or whatever. But as long as they're smart and like makes her feel like she's safe, like intellectually and literally physically when she's with them, then that's what she wants. And I don't know, I just felt like that's a pretty cool message to push across too.
Yeah. Oh, it is a good message.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's not about your looks or all that. It's about who
Yeah.
you are as a person.
Well, even I'm sure looks have something to do with it, but it's not about like money and status and anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just about like being like a good attraction, basically, and making someone, because I think feeling safe isn't always like physically. It's also like you feel like you can like be yourself and say what you want to say. But yeah, so that's Safe with Kalani. Then the last song that we wanted to talk about was What's Going On with Lizzo, and that was one of my mom's picks again. So
This actually, Bodega Baddie was probably my favorite song, but I wanted to hit a couple other songs instead. So like you said, What's Going On features Lizzo, and she actually sings the song What's Up by Four Non Blondes. And I mean, Lizzo has a great singing voice. So, and it's a very powerful voice in this song too, like powerful, like Cardi B kind of thing. So I loved Lizzo's part in it, 100%. It does talk about, there are some too that I'll actually bring up the other song. It does talk about the difficult relationship she and Offset had. I mean, that comes up in a couple of songs. But she's basically saying, you know what, instead of being the victim in this relationship, I'm a woman of conviction. You know, I'm gonna, you know, I'm not gonna tail behind you anymore. I am who I am. I can be who I be, and that's me. You know, that's me. So, and what's going on, she's in the lyrical part of it, what's going on, he stopped calling, he stopped sharing his location, so that was her kind of like, what's going on. I wonder why he got short conversations, what happened, we not laughing, wasn't mentally there, just acting, what's going on, I ain't never knew you, didn't think about giving up too soon. So, she's questioning a lot, like, why aren't we laughing? Why can't I find your location anymore? And I get that. But the one thing about it, and I don't know, maybe he had already cheated before and then she put him on location, but I kind of felt when she talked about that, like it was almost more of a stalking kind of thing. Like, you know, and I'm sure it wasn't, but it was like, I need to know where you are, I need to know where you are. And
some people are like that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
like judge.
no, I'm not gonna
Their
judge, but I was
relationship.
just wondering, like, to me, that being who Cardi B is, I guess I wouldn't have thought that she, like, felt insecure regarding something like that.
Maybe that says something about like how the image she portrays and like who she actually is.
Mhm.
That she is insecure,
Yeah, that's a good point.
even though she doesn't like seem like she is to most people.
Right.
Obviously, she has, and to be fair, I'm sure she had these insecurities because he was like known for cheating and stuff,
Mhm, mhm.
or maybe because of stuff that she's done. Like we don't know,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's what's going on with Lizzo. That one to me was, I don't know, it feels too like poppy for me.
Okay.
So it wasn't. I wouldn't say that what's going on was one of my favorites. Although Lizzo was good on it.
She's very good. So I do, and again, I was gonna do, there's so many songs I actually wanted to talk about on here, but I do wanna do a shout out to Man of My World featuring Dougie F. Ooh, I like him. So basically she's, again, it's the regret in the relationship with Offset, but what I really like is that she actually talks about what she did wrong too. So she's like talking about what he all did, but then she's like, you know what? I didn't put you ahead of my music. I should have been doing this more when we were together. And in the very end, she's like, I wish nothing but the best for you. I hope you find love. I hope you find happiness. And I was like, good for her. You know,
Yeah.
maybe all these years or whatever, she's, you know, instead of being critical about it, she's like, I found comfort with myself now that, you know, I want you to be happy. So I thought that was another really good song. Again, I could have done several of them, but I just picked the two I did.
Yeah, I thought Check Please is another song that's probably going to end up being a hit. It had like Bodega Batty energy to
Oh,
it.
definitely will.
Where it's like kind of like a big anthemic type of track. And Nice Guy with Tyla is
Yes,
a song that
yes.
I liked a lot.
Yes. Do you think What's Going On will be popular because of Lizzo or no?
I don't think it would be popular because of her,
Okay.
but it could be popular exclusive of that.
Yeah. No, I think
I don't
Bodega
know.
Batty is
Yeah.
it's going to be a hit off this album.
But yeah, so those were some of our favorite songs from Cardi B's Am I the Drama.
Mm-hmm.
I think as a whole, it's pretty good. There's a lot. I think that if they would have trimmed, I think I said this before,
Yeah,
if they would
you
have
did.
trimmed it down by like 5 songs, I would have liked it more. And I know some people have like complained about Up and WAP being on there. I would have kept them because they're still her singles.
That's true.
You
But
know.
you also said that you think that Megan Thee Stallion probably would put it on her album
Well, I
too.
think she did, but
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
I mean, you can do that.
Well, yeah, they did it together.
Yeah. But I would have kept those because they were still popular singles. But one thing about this album, at least in my opinion, is it's an hour and like 15 minutes, and when you're listening like through it,
Mhm.
there's a few songs where you're just kind of like, all right, like it's kind of going,
Mhm.
and then you'll get to like a big one, and you're like, all right, I'm back.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And so if they would have trimmed it, at the same time, I get she hasn't had an album come out in 7 years.
Mhm.
And this was a debate I was like kind of seeing online because I won't say who, but like a pretty like prominent like music reviewer on YouTube like hated on this, and I didn't agree with his opinion at all. But like one thing he said is like her fans who have been waiting so long for this music are not going to be satisfied with it, and I disagree.
I disagree too.
One, because like they've been waiting so far anyway, and there's a lot of good songs on this, and it relates to having so many songs. I get why you put so many songs on if you haven't had something come out in 7 years.
Right. Because you're excited to get back out there
Well, and
too,
her fans will love this for what
Right.
it's worth. Like her biggest fans will listen to the whole thing, and they got an hour and 15 minutes of content from their favorite artist.
Correct,
So
correct.
why wouldn't you love that?
Correct.
So when he said that, I'm like, I disagree with that. I think her fans
agree.
are going to love this.
I agree. So I just, this is a weird thing. So WAP was a single. It wasn't
Yeah.
on any album.
No.
And the same thing with Up.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought they were part of
They're-
an album at one point.
No.
Oh.
So yeah. So that's why when I said earlier, like that's why people like said she was like afraid to release music or whatever, because she would have these one-off singles. The thing is that she probably made so much money off of those singles that you didn't have to release an actual album
No,
anyway.
No, not at all.
And when she's at home raising her kids, you know, it worked for her.
Yeah, exactly. I'm smart.
Yeah. But anyway, so those are my thoughts. Is there anything else you'd like to add? I
No,
mean,
I agree with what you had said. I added some stuff
it seemed
earlier,
like
so.
it seemed like you probably liked it as a whole more than I did.
Yes,
but-
I would agree they should have cut down some songs,
Yeah.
definitely, but I
It
would
is-
listen to the whole thing over again, definitely.
And it is for what it's worth, it's a testament to, you know, speaking of, we were talking about this artist earlier today, Bad Bunny, his album that came out earlier this year, because it was around the same length, and I actually didn't feel that way. So it's not that this is like bad. It just shows how good that is. That
Right.
every single song on that album, there isn't anything I would cut out.
No, I just saw.
But there's a few on here.
I just saw, just speaking of Bad Bunny, I saw they were doing I think I sent it to you, they were doing a live concert in Puerto Rico, and like, I don't know how to explain it, but like the stage was up high and then underneath, and
yeah,
he
I've
had like
seen that.
people, oh my gosh, he's like just so good.
Yeah.
He's just, I mean, I figured he'd be a great performer.
Yeah.
He's hysterical as an actor. But yeah, he was really, really good. And for those who don't know, he's doing the Super Bowl, so
I don't think people know.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Okay. So anyway, those were our feelings about Cardi B's "Am I the Drama?" I'm Joe.
I'm Joe's mom.
We're Eastside Vibes. Thanks for watching.
Bye.